Alright, this video is going to be going over our default for Inferno. So we're going to use a buddy system where we basically have two pairs of two, or two groups of two. One guy in that group is going to be like our entry, where he's looking for that initial kill, and then the other guy is going to be his like personal support. Basically, the fifth guy will then be our like late round clutch player, who's kind of helping with like the mid-round calls and then assisting either of those groups when they need it. So in the default, his job will just be to come up here to bridge the long haul there. Let me turn down my audio real quick just so that it's not too loud. Yeah, so he's just spamming the long haul, and we want to make sure that this spam is kind of landing like over in this corner. As you can see, we don't want it to like land more around here, because that'll prevent a player from actually wanting to come down long haul, which with this kind of a default, at least like early on, we want them to come down here, because we're going to throw a flash that lands right here. And that's going to catch him off guard and give us a really easy entry into the A site, potentially off of our default. So that player is playing there. The first group of two is going to come alt. One of them is going to molly up here into like boiler, or into the window to push someone from coming out into the balcony room. Our entry is going to have a choice. He can either jump up into the balcony room here and start to like look towards boiler and clear boiler, or he can go towards the back stairs here and start walking up. If he has a molly, then he can use that to clear boiler. But once he's ready to push out into this hallway, then our support player is going to come into play. He's going to be set up right here in this corner, so you just put yourself in this corner, and then he's going to look at the bottom corner of this like molding here. He's going to look right there, and he's going to run forward and then jump throw with a flash, and that's going to be our flashbang here that lands right in the middle of this hallway. Very dirty flash. So with this, the player that's like sitting like down here on back stair, like he can sit like all the way down here and won't be blind, and then just run up and take that fight. You can also turn and then come up and fight. The nice thing about this flash is going to blind anyone sitting in this corner also. So like if they like haven't cleared that, or maybe like in the past a player has been playing there, this flash is going to catch them off guard as well. And the only real way, unless he like knows that it's coming, he's going to look into the corner here. And then same thing here, right? The player sitting right here isn't going to be able to react to this flashbang. So maybe if like they do a round where the guy like looks at the wall and then turns away and the flash happens, we just don't flash, because we know that the guy's going to be looking at the wall waiting for it, right? So maybe like some rounds we don't throw that flashbang to try to counter him. If our entry player is coming out of this room, he can start moving when that flash like bounces off the wall right there, right? So flash like bounces, he can peek and clear boiler, and then he can turn and fight towards long haul as this flashes. So that's just generally like, you know, one side of our default. That's for getting apps control. The other two players in our default are going to be coming. They're going to be coming banana. The first guy in line is going to be throwing this Molotov, and then stepping back and just standing right here. This is going to mean that like any nades being thrown down banana are maybe going to land like right here, which won't really like do that much damage. And any nades coming from mid maybe will land like right there, which once again won't do any damage. So this is kind of like a safe spot right here where you can hold for a push, because like that angle right there is kind of like, it's kind of awkward to like clear, because normally like as you're pushing down here you're focused on right there, and then you're more turning your attention towards like this back wall, but not like right there. So you can hold right here, and then his teammate can be right here with him. If you want to flash banana, you can run to like the middle of this door and then look like right there. You can flash. It's a high flash, so blind anyone at truck, but ideally that's mollied off. Then we can work up banana. The other player in this duo that doesn't have a Molotov can kind of sit. You go into this corner and then you come off the wall just a little bit. And you take a molly and you look at the top of this plant and throw. This Molotov will push anyone off this angle and prevent them from peeking around like this corner right here. So with that, then that player or one of the players can come back and throw this flashbang here, which just pops right over the half wall, and that would allow you to come clear sandbags or clear anyone if like maybe that molly comes in and this guy swung to here. Well, now he's just gonna be full whited by this flashbang. It's easy kill for us. So that's how we're gonna like go about taking banana. We can, as like the season goes on, we can throw in other things with that, but that's a good way for that duo to work together. Additionally, these groups don't have to just do these things on the default, right? We're kind of using this as like our basic structure, but if we say like we really want to get like brackets control early in the round, that might take a few more players than normal, and so maybe like just one guy from this group comes and mollies, and then moves, and then that group of two, right, moves towards mid with the group in apps, and we are now moved into like our mid round. We're off our default. We're now going to like get control brackets, and then probably after a pick get onto the A site. So these groups like you don't have to stay in them, but we're kind of going to use it as like a basic structure for our offense on Inferno off of our default. All right, so that's it for our default. Hope that all makes sense.